What is up, my friends, and a Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. It is Christmas Eve, and whatever you have planned for the holiday season, I hope that it is one filled with love, joy, and lots of good time spent with your family and friends. As always, today I'm going to do my best to keep you up to date with what, if any, business we can expect from the Reds in January. We'll have a little few words from Arne Slot. We'll hear on Jamie Carragher about the Mark Gay situation and a couple of other interesting bits and pieces, including a link to us keeping an eye on Alessandro Bastoni. So as I've mentioned, lots to go through, so let's get straight into it. In case you're wondering, we will be live tonight at 8:30 for a Christmas Eve agenda, so I hope to see you for that. But until then, let's get cracking with the news. So Arne Slot has been speaking about how Liverpool really did miss Mohamed Salah and Cody Gakpo in the win over Spurs. I don't know if we did or not, Arne. We won the game, but apparently conceding the goals we did at the other end of the pitch in Arne's mind somehow equates to us missing the wingers. But let's see what he had to say. When the other team goes down to 10 or 9, it's helpful to have wingers that can dominate down the sides. We miss Gakpo and Mo. That's what you saw when we brought Jeremy in. He was the one who created the second goal. I'm not saying he's wrong about this, but, you know, he did have Fede Chiesa. He did have Rio Engamoa. Both of them options, both of them could have provided with, and both of them yet again really ignored. Yes, Chiesa did come on in the 89th minute or the 90th minute, but when you needed that pace and that width, could have been there. Now, our friends at Anfield Index, they have given somewhat of an exciting link. They've said that Borussia Dortmund's Karim Adeyemi is one of the names being considered as an option for Liverpool in January. They go on to say that preliminary talks have been held with the forwards representative, and the 23-year-old is valued at around £20 million, which I have to say is rather cheap. I remember a few years ago Adeyemi's name being mentioned and the figures were double, if not treble that. Now, we know that the Reds look like they aren't going to make that move for Antoine Semenyo, as he looks like he's joining Manchester City. So do let me know in the comment section how you'd feel about the possibility of Karim Adeyemi. It's not a name that would fill me full of excitement, but at £20 million as an option, I mean, we could do worse. It's not one that I think will be the difference between us going and winning a Champions League or not, but it could be the difference between us picking up some league victories. So I wouldn't be against it, but like I've mentioned, wouldn't be at the very top of my Christmas shopping list. But maybe you guys think differently. Now, we got to say happy birthday to somebody, because somebody turned 27 years of age today. I'm so old that I can't even remember saying 27 years of age out loud. That's why I was stumbling there. But this man has won a World Cup, a Copa America, a Finalissima, a Premier League, a Carabao Cup, and an Argentine Primera Division, as well as, of course, our hearts. I'm sorry, it's Christmas. I had to be a little bit cringy there. I'm, of course, speaking about Alexis McAllister. Happy 27th birthday to you, my friend. We know that the Reds are in talks with him over a potential deal. That's been mentioned over the past few weeks. But for now, happy birthday. Imagine me born Christmas Eve. He must have been screwed out of some presents growing up, you know, having the Christmas Eve birthday with Christmas the next day. I wonder how many of the aunts and uncles were giving him the old 2 presents in one. My wife's brother's born late December as well, so he suffers that same fate. Right, so former Liverpool throw-in coach Thomas Gronmark, you may remember this guy. He was he was credited with us developing some of the systems from our throw-ins that led to goals and some, well, quicker restarts, shall we say. He said, Liverpool always call to me and Liverpool are always welcome to come and call to me. Of course, with my history with the club, my connection with the fans, and people who are writing to me every day on social media and thanking me for my time with the team, I'd say yes in most cases. So he's very much open to the idea of coming back if indeed he was needed by Liverpool. So I mentioned at the start of the video that Jamie Carragher has been speaking a little bit about Mark Gay, in particular the difference between maybe what Liverpool needed summer-wise versus now, and this is what Carragher's had to say. I don't think it would have made a big difference, but I don't think it meant Liverpool would have been top of the league if they had have gotten in Mark Gay. He goes on to say, I think Liverpool have had problems all over the pitch, not just at the back, and he said that the squad is really unbalanced. I don't remember too many people talking about the unbalanced nature of the squad when the transfer business was done in the summer. It's very easy to be Monday morning quarterback and start talking about all the problems that are there now. But let's be honest, We were all celebrating in the summer. There were some people that did say, yes, there were maybe one too many changes or two too many changes, but there wasn't really much talk about the balance other than we didn't get in a centre-back. He goes on to say this: when Mark Gay was available in the summer, Liverpool weren't buying Mark Gay to go straight in the team. The England international was seen as competing with Ibrahim Konate, who enjoyed a very strong campaign alongside Virgil van Dijk. I would respectfully disagree. I would say that he was brought in to potentially take Konate's place. Because remember, the Konate contract situation back in the summer was still heading to the same place it is now. It was inconclusive. We didn't know what he was going to be doing. And with the way Konate started the season, I dare say it would have been Mark Gay very quickly who took over the starting berth alongside Virgil van Dijk. And Carragher went on to say that if the move is again done now, things may change. He said, I think now when you're buying a centre-back, it is actually to replace Ibrahim Konate. Now, we mentioned a link the other day to you guys, and it's popped up again in the media today, but from a different outlet. Liverpool are hoping to strengthen their attack in January transfer window and are monitoring Midtjylland forward Frankulino Dju, according to reports. Now, of course, this is coming from the Echo, and you can go and have a look at it yourself. Again, lagging days and days behind your friends here at Anfield Agenda, but that's okay. They go on to say Dju 21 is valued at about £21 million, and Bayern Munich are among others tracking his progress. He scored 21 goals and provided 3 assists in 30 appearances this season for Midtjylland in the Danish league. So do have a little search on him if you don't know much about him. Now, here's the interesting part. Football Insider, well, they've made a bit of a claim according to a former agent, Mick Brown, who was speaking with them. Let me read this out to you. Liverpool are keeping an eye on Italy and Inter Milan centre-back Alessandro Bastoni, according to a claim from former scout Mick Brown. If I remember correctly, I think he was a scout with Everton, but don't hold me to that one. Speaking to Football Insider, he said this: Bastoni is a player I've always been a big admirer of. He's a fantastic defender. He's been brilliant for Inter Milan for a long period now, so it's no surprise that these types of clubs are looking at him. Liverpool have been keeping a close eye on him because they see him as somebody who would be an improvement on what they've got at the moment. He would be a great asset to any club, and I would certainly recommend they go for him. They're not sure what's happening with Konate, still very much in the air, and Van Dijk hasn't looked like his usual dominant self this season. So it's a type of deal Liverpool have to be considering because they have to be prepared for any possibility if they need to bring in players. And as I've mentioned before, folks, he did heart a post the other day, Bastoni, from a Barcelona fan who said, come to Barca, bro. Now, that doesn't mean anything. That just could mean he liked the guy's post, he liked the idea of Barca, who knows? But we know that Liverpool would certainly have the money to test Inter Milan's resolve there for Alessandro Bastoni. So look, we've gone through quite a lot there, my friends. Do let us know your thoughts on everything that I've discussed here. The preview for the Wolves game, that will be coming out Christmas morning, so do make sure if you're finished unwrapping your presents and getting your early chocolate in, that you do tune in and have a look to that. As I mentioned, I'll be here tonight at 8:30 for the late night agenda, which I hope you can join me, but obviously if you've got stuff to be doing, it is Christmas Eve, I completely understand. Thank you as always for your support. We'll see you tonight. Much love.